I'm James Rowson, and in this chapter we will be discussing the approach to hitting, both mental and physical. As we first start off with the approach to hitting, it first starts with preparation. So before we can get into it, I have to be prepared as a hitter. That varies from whether I'm a young kid starting to play or whether I'm a professional player playing at the major league level. That approach may change, but there still should be an approach to hitting. One of the most important aspects of the approach is giving yourself positive feedback on what you're trying to do. Therefore, some guys will use, I'm trying to hit a line drive right back up the middle as my goal. I like that as a goal. A line drive swing, a line drive result is what we're trying to do, as opposed to just going up and swinging and hitting the ball without giving yourself a definitive purpose for what you're trying to do. As we start to talk about approach in the box, obviously that preparation will be done before I get into the box. I will know what the pitcher throws. I will have an idea if he's throwing strikes, if he's throwing balls. I will have an idea of if he's throwing curveballs, how many curveballs has he thrown for a strike? Maybe I don't have to swing at that pitch. Maybe I can eliminate that pitch. That's part of the approach. If he is throwing curveballs for strikes, maybe I have to hit that pitch, but maybe I wait to 2 strikes, or maybe I hit that pitch early in the count. There are many aspects of the approach. It's very important for every hitter to be prepared and every hitter to have a plan as they get into the batter's box. Now it's about executing that plan. All the thinking of what's going to happen is now gone, and now we're in the batter's box to actually execute that plan. And that will be our approach to that at bat. If the approach is simply your body most of the time, let's start here, your body most of the time tends to follow what you're thinking. Therefore, if your thought is I'm going to hit a line drive right back through the middle, my body is already getting ready to make that move, to hit a line drive back up the middle. If I get a pitch that doesn't allow me to accomplish that goal, my body should be able to shut down and take that pitch. Regardless whether that pitch is a ball or a strike, it just probably wasn't a pitch in order for me to do what I set out to do. So giving yourself positive mental feedback in this approach, giving yourself a positive outlook in this approach will also help you with selecting the proper pitches in order to execute that plan. So as we get into the box, if my plan is simply to hit a line drive again, right back through the middle, my mindset's going to be give myself enough time, get ready to attack that option. The approach changes throughout the game. Sometimes the situation may dictate the approach. We all know it. At times there may be a runner on second base with no one out. We may need to move the runner. We may look to drive a ball into right field in order to move that runner. Again, now my approach is here's what I'm set out to do. Before I can execute the plan, I have to have a definitive plan of what I'm trying to do. And again, mentally, I have to be 100% all in executing that idea in order to be successful. That will help me, again, lay off tough pitches during the process, which again may draw me a walk, it may put me on base, it may give me a chance to actually get on base and drive that run in if I execute this situation with authority. So having an approach is huge to the success of a hitter. Now, once I get in here, if my approach is to drive a ball to right field, the first thing I'll need in that approach would be for a pitch to be middle away, or pitch elevated in order for me to execute that plan with ease. If I get a pitch that's middle in, I may want to make sure I give myself enough room with my hands in order to pull my hands in a little bit and drive that ball to right field to execute that situation, or I need to have enough plate discipline to take that pitch. Part of the approach, you see young hitters, they try to take every pitch and execute the plan, and that's where we get in trouble. If I'm standing here on the plate, it's very hard to take this pitch middle in and drive it to right field. So what I want to do is train myself through drills, train myself through taking batting practice of being able to lay off that pitch and hit the pitches that are more conducive for me to have a successful execution. In those situations, my approach is not simply to hit a ground ball to second base. I'm on offense, therefore I want to remain offensive. I want to drive the ball to the opposite field. So sometimes you hear guys say, hey, just hit the ball the other way. Hitters are never looking to just hit the ball the other way. Hitters are always looking to drive the baseball and hit the ball hard is the key factor. Regardless of the situation, my approach is always to hit the ball hard on the sweet spot of the barrel. That's the goal of execution. That's what we're trying to do every single at-bat we have. So as we go through these approaches, part of it is going to be driving the ball middle the other way. Part of it is also going to be driving the ball that's pitched in. If I'm getting pitched in at times, my approach is going to be, well, he's going to throw me in. I need to be able to hit the ball inside. But the key part about hitting the ball inside for a lot of hitters is making sure we can keep the ball fair. You see a lot of hitters will come in here and look to get the barrel of the bat out quickly, and all of a sudden there are a lot of balls that are hit foul down the line. We do want to be able to take this ball that's hit in and drive it and keep it fair to the inside part, which is going to be making sure, once again, my barrel stays square to the baseball here as opposed to my hands coming out around the baseball and hitting that ball foul on this side. So keeping my barrel in a nice, strong position, keeping my barrel square is very important in the process of being able to keep balls fair. The approach of some of the best hitters in the game is to simply use the entire field. If I'm a big, strong hitter and I drive a lot of balls deep in the gap and I have that runner on second base, less than 2 out situation, one part of the preparation is knowing yourself and knowing your strengths. If your strength is to drive a deep fly ball in those situations, that moves the runner just as easily as a ground ball does to second base. So understand your swing. As you understand your swing, as you start to learn who you are as a hitter and you start to prepare, it's really important that you execute these situations as best you can, as best your ability allows you to execute these situations, and not just try and execute something that you're really not athletically gifted at doing. The biggest thing is for all athletes is to remain athletic and to use your strengths as a hitter. The approach to the swing ultimately is going to be a key factor in the success of a hitter. The approach to the at-bat, the preparation in that at-bat. Again, I like to compare it as that's the road map that the hitter uses to have success. If you don't have a plan at the plate, if you don't think it out and you don't have a game plan, your chances for success decrease by a large margin. Yet if you do have a plan and you understand the importance of having a plan and you give yourself a physical thought of what you're trying to do, your body can physically follow that a lot better, and you're probably going to make better contact on the bat, hard contact, and drive the ball. So having an approach is imperative to being a successful hitter.